Good morning, pilgrims. Today is January 30th of 2022, and I'm getting ready to leave for Spain on April 12th. My plan is to fly to Barcelona, spend Holy Week in Manresa, and then we haven't decided whether we're going to walk from Montserrat or take a train to Zaragoza and walk from there. But we're going to walk for about 10 days until I meet my group in Pamplona on 28 April. So we're leaving rather early, and it's going to be kind of chilly probably when we start out. So today I'm going to start thinking about what I'm going to pack. It's raining outside. I don't really want to go for a walk, so I thought it would be a good day to decide what to pack. And the first thing I'm going to look at is jackets. So I'm going to go through a few of the jackets I have. I'm going to weigh them, and we're going to talk about cashmere sweaters and how to shrink them, and this will be a series of little short clips. So I'm going to start by showing you the jackets that I'm considering taking. The first one is a puff jacket. This is a North Face jacket. My son got it for me years ago for Christmas. It's really nice, a little puff jacket. It's really lightweight. One of the things I really like about it is that it folds into itself. So you just start pushing it into the pocket, into the pocket, into the pocket, and eventually you get the whole thing into its own little pocket. So it packs down really small, and I like that a lot. It is warm. It might be a little more bulky than I want to take because I plan on taking the cashmere, but I'm going to weigh this right now and see what it weighs, and I'll let you know. I want to write down all these weights too because I'm carrying my pack the first part of the Camino this year, so I want to be sure that I don't carry too much weight. Get a piece of paper and write down the weights so I don't forget them. So let's see, this is the puff jacket, and it weighs 11.2 ounces. Puff the Magic Dragon. Okay, so the next one that I really like, and I'm kind of thinking this might be the one that I take. This is like a windbreaker jacket. This is a Sierra design, large. It is, trying to see what the fabric is, but I'm sure it's just all polyester. Oh, here it is. This is, yeah, 100% polyester. And I have worn this out walking in some pretty cold weather before, and it's a warm jacket. It really keeps the wind off of me, and it keeps me pretty toasty. So again, it packs up into its own pocket. Let's see what this weighs. Windbreaker. That's 8.5. Now that may not seem like a lot to you, but these things add up. And when you're carrying your pack, you're going to find that you want to carry as little weight as possible. A lot of pilgrims think they have a lightweight pack, and then they get on the Camino, and that is expressed by all the items that are discarded starting in Roncesvalles. There's a free box or a free table in Roncesvalles. When you get there, you might want to peruse it and see if there's anything you need and leave items you don't need, but people have walked that first stage and they're like, holy hell, I'm not going to carry all this weight, and they start discarding items. There are free boxes all along the Camino. And they have things like extra jackets, gloves, hats, shoes, extra shoes that people take, which is crazy. Those roll-up mats that look like a yoga mat for sleeping, you don't need those. Don't take them. If you decide you need one, you can pick up one free in the free box. So pack light to begin with, and you won't be having to discard things. Can openers, pots and pans, things like that. You just don't need those on the Camino. This is not a mountain trek. So the next thing I want to show you is, this is ugly, but I love it. This is a cashmere sweater. I love this. It is toasty warm. Now I want to tell you something. This is an extra large men's. I decided I needed a new one because this one's pretty the brown one's pretty ratty from wearing it. And so I found this one at Goodwill. I paid $7.79 for it. It's 100% cashmere. Now, what's funny, I'm going to show you, this is just a large, okay, just a large. Now, I'm going to put the extra large in front of it. You see the difference? See how long the arms are on just the large? The red one is the large. The brown one is the extra large. Why is it so small? It's small because I put it on purpose into the hot washing machine and hot dryer and shrunk it. And I'm going to do a video on that today, or I might even attach it to this video to show you how to do it if you want to. I love cashmere. Once you shrink it down like this, it compacts all the fibers, and wind does not go through it. Rain will only penetrate it if you're in a rainstorm. And even if it gets wet, it stays warm like wool. Cashmere is a type of wool, but it comes from a goat instead of a sheep. Super soft, super lightweight. So I'm curious because I haven't weighed this yet. I want to see what this cashmere sweater weighs. Whoops, I guess I better turn on the... I'm going to write that down. Cashmere red. .1 ounces. So a little more than the windbreaker, but this will provide more warmth than the windbreaker. I'm curious what my old one weighs too. Let's see. This is just a kitchen scale I'm using. 8.8, so it's a little more lightweight. That's interesting. So I'll see what happens when I shrink the red one. We'll see if it loses any weight. It shouldn't because it's the same density, but we'll see what happens. So that's where I'm going to start. I have other cold weather gear that I'll pack. I'll go grab those and add them to this list. So added to this list, which isn't really a list yet because I haven't decided which jackets I'm going to take, I always take a beanie, a featherweight beanie. I've got a wool one, a merino wool one that I may take. This is one from Buff, and it's fleece, and honestly, it's just as warm. It weighs 0.9 ounces, not even 1 ounce. 0.9 ounce is the hat. This is a merino wool buff, and if you don't know what a buff is, you need one. I've got two. I've also got this one that I got one year when I was walking and it was warmer. It's a long tube of fabric, right? Long tube of fabric. And you can do so many things with it. You can put it over your head. My neck gets cold and I have arthritis. So if I wear this, it keeps the back of my neck warm, keeps the wind off of it. You can use it as a headband if you need a headband. You can just wear it. You can just wear it covering your ears if you don't want to cover your whole head, but you want to cover your ears. You can pull it up and wear it like this. If your ears are getting cold, you can then pull this up and use it as a mask if your face is getting cold. You can use it as a scrunchie if you don't have short hair like mine and you have a ponytail. A lot of times I just fold it like this and carry it on my arm so it's there when I need it. So that's a buff. It's a B-U-F-F, and there are videos on YouTube that'll show you 1,000,001 ways to wear a buff. Let me get my glasses because I'm blind without them. So that's 1.3 ounces. And that's the black buff. Let's see what the cotton buff or the polyester buff weighs, just out of curiosity. 1.2. They're about the same. So I can take whichever one I want. Because it's going to be chilly on this trip, I'm sure I'm going to take the black one. That's for sure. The only other thing that I carry in my cold weather gear, I may or may not take gloves. I haven't decided yet. I usually don't like to wear gloves. But one thing I do take always is this big giant scarf. And if you don't have one of these, you can get them in Spain as soon as you get there at any China store. Really cheap, like €5 or less. And I've modeled this before, but I always take this because if it's cold, I can wear it around my neck like a scarf, okay? If it's hot or cold, I can wear it over my head to keep more wind off of me, and it's nice. If it's really sunny, I can wear it, I can undo it all the way so it doesn't weigh much. And I can wear it over my shoulders to keep the sun off. If I'm taking a shower and I want to go from the shower to my bed or backwards or whatever, I can wear it around my waist. So I really love this huge scarf, and I'm definitely going to take it. Let's see what it weighs. I don't think I've ever weighed it. It weighs 3 ounces. Uh-oh, the ounces are adding up. Okay, 3 ounces scarf. Okay, let me go grab a couple more things. Okay, I went and got my gloves because I probably will take them sometime since I'm leaving so early this year. But having said that, I may just go to Goodwill and get a cheap pair of gloves so I can leave them behind if it's warm. But I don't know. Anyway, they'll probably weigh about the same. These are Granite Gear gloves, and they're probably expensive, but as always, I bought them at Goodwill, and they were new when I got them. Let's see what they weigh. 1.5 ounce. Now, other things that I will have with me, but I'll probably almost wear every day, especially at the beginning of the Camino, and I will wear on the plane. I have a silk undershirt. I have a pair of merino wool long johns. And then I have merino wool socks. So let me go grab those and show them to you, and let's weigh them. So this is probably the heaviest thing in my cold weather gear. This is from Hedrina. It's 100% Australian merino wool, and they are wool leggings. I usually don't count these in the weight because I get cold on the airplane on the flight from Portland, Oregon, all the way to Madrid, and so I will wear these under my Maccabee skirt on the airplane. But if I get to Spain and it's hot, I'm not going to be wearing them. I'm going to be carrying them, so let's see what they weigh. 6.2 ounces. Almost as much as a jacket. And then for my top base layer, again, this is something I think I picked this up in a free box. It's Thermosilk. It's a Thermosilk large undershirt. You can see right through it. But it's very, very warm. Thermosilk is very, very warm. And I'll be wearing this on the plane. And it weighs 2.7 ounces. Shirt. Okay, so that is it for cold weather gear. The only other thing would be the Altus poncho, and I'm going to do it in a separate video. So I'm going to add these up now and see what they amount to. And then I'm going to show you how I shrink my cashmere sweater. So I put the cashmere sweater in the washing machine on warm to start with. I want to see if it'll shrink on warm. God, it looked terrible. Sorry about that. And I'll show you what it looks like when I take it out. I can't take my computer to the washing machine to show you. So when it comes out, I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll stick it in the dryer and see what happens. If it doesn't shrink enough on warm, then I'll run it through on hot and see what happens. Generally, what shrinks wool is change in temperature and agitation. So in the washing machine, you can't really watch it really closely, at least in the washing machine I have. But once we take it out, we can kind of stretch it into shape and then toss it in the dryer. And when it goes in the dryer, then you have to really watch it closely. And I'm talking about every 1 or 2 minutes, take it out and look at it until it's the right size. The other thing you can do is after you take it out of the washing machine, you can block it on a towel or something to the size you want and just let it dry. I know this seems weird, but it just makes such a wonderful, warm piece of clothing that doesn't weigh much at all. And probably what I'm going to be doing is taking that and the windbreaker. The windbreaker and the puff jacket weigh about the same, but I think I would use the windbreaker more than the puff jacket, and if I can put it over that cashmere, I'll be toasty warm. I won't need anything else. So we'll see. I'll come back and tell you how it goes. Okay, so it's the next day, and I'm finished shrinking my sweater. It didn't shrink quite as much as I want it to, but I know that if I wash it when I'm along the Camino that it will shrink more, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. It's just so soft and so lightweight. I'm really happy with the way things turned out. It's better, so much better than a fleece for me. So I'm going to be taking this along. I also decided after wearing everything around the house for a few hours that the puff jacket, even though it weighs a couple more ounces than the windbreaker, is what I'm going to take. mostly because we'll be leaving in April and it's still going to be kind of chilly, especially up in the mountains. So I think the puff jacket is a better option. So that's it about jackets and what everything weighs. I'm going to do a short video in a few minutes on a little first aid kit that I got. And I'm also going to do a packing video. I'm starting to get ready to pack. I've ordered a couple of new Nysil bags because mine are kind of getting old and ratty. And once those arrive, then I will finish up a packing video and show you exactly what I'm taking this year on the Camino. Okay, I hope this helps you a little bit kind of in your deciding process, and I'll talk to you in a day or two. Buen Camino.